This is JordanTower with JT News. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that subscribe button. Okay, kind of light today, but there's plenty to talk about for this news right here. So we got J. Cole first. New album, Fall Off, drops on February 6th. I assume that they really thought it was going to drop last week because you saw Maul and Joe Budden, heard someone's big dropping this week, and they pushed it a month, but they didn't want to spoil that they knew it was going to get pushed a month. Today they'll talk about it. Well, yeah, it was supposed to come out last week, but whatever. J. Cole better have a good album. Okay, that's all I better say. Yeah, better be good. After the stunt he pulled with the K-Dot thing in 2024, where he was like, "Yo, nobody can mess with me." Da 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 da. Finally, K-Dot answers, him and Drake basically, and he waves the white flag immediately. I was like, "Come on, Cole, you've been talking spicy for years, saying you're the best. You know, nobody can mess with you. You and Drake were, doing memes that you guys were the best. So, and then you get challenged." For real, and you wave the white flag, and I was like, come on, bro. That's crazy. He even erased the first diss track he did. He was like, I don't want to do this, man. I was like, man, if you listen to all J. Cole's features and everything for the past, 5-6 years, he's been talking about that he's the best and anyone can bring it to him and this and that, and it was disappointing, to be honest. If he had never done that, I would have been like, okay, well, J. Cole's just a great rapper, and he's on the top, But when he was claiming he was the best, you're like, okay, you're putting it out there to be challenged. And he has this whole, I guess it's called the Fall Off, and, he has this whole thing in the preview where, you leave your position, somebody else can take it. Nobody's here to take it, bro. So you might as well just keep dropping albums because you're not going to fall off because there is no good rap out here really right now. So you might as well just double up right now. Drop 3 albums in the next 2 years and then you can retire because people will consume it because there's nothing out here. Ever since the Drake and Kendrick battle, there's been very, very spotty with good music. So I like how he tries to pretend he's the humble millionaire, okay? Years ago, he was trying to pretend like he was still poor. He was riding a bike and all this stuff. We all knew he had, $20-30 million in the bank. Right now, he probably has $50 million in the bank, right? He's washing his Lamborghini, and then he goes to the Waffle House, whatever. I just hope that music is good, He's capable of dropping good music, obviously. I just hope it's a good album. Well, Offset gets called out in the casino. This guy came up to him and wanted to play his music. Ain't nobody want to hear your music in the casino, bro. But, Offset got a problem. It was called out by Selena, called out by Cardi B, that he has a gambling issue, okay? And it's probably apparent. This guy tagged Quavo because he says he couldn't find Offset Instagram. He said, I'm tagging you, Quavo. Offset ain't genuine at all. Flaw, show no love. Act like I was asking him for money or something, like a crab. People don't want to stop what they're doing and listen to your music. Like you should say, it doesn't work like that. Just because someone's famous, they're not gonna sometimes you'll catch people that'll rate it and they'll but not all the time, You can't get in your feelings about that kind of stuff. But Offset has a problem, and probably he might be spending all his money, bro. You can gamble all your money away real quick. You could do it in a weekend. All you got to do is put it on that, keep thinking you're going to win. And you might win, but sometimes you don't. And a lot of people have that problem, and they show it. Even Michael Jordan has that problem. He just controls it. All right, so then we got Key Glock. It's 2026. I'm not holding up no grown man hand. I love it when people make these proclamations in the new year. This should just be a proclamation, period. I'm done letting a leech off me. Being nice ain't got me nowhere, but took advantage of. That's all it will get you. That's all it got me in life, too. I ain't got None but tough love for you guys. Take it how you want. I'm fed up. Ain't no more thinking for everybody else. I gotta do what's best for Glock. Who's he been propping up? Netflix house. So you gotta be kidding me. Netflix is opening a brick-and-mortar store. After putting Blockbuster out of business, which is just business, Blockbuster could have bought Netflix at one point. They had the opportunity to buy Netflix and said no. How crazy is that? They could have owned Netflix. Now, Netflix probably wouldn't have been what it is today, but they could have bought it on its way up. They could have bought Redbox too. But they didn't. Imagine if they had bought Netflix, bought Redbox, and shrunk their stores down, because they could have with the way DVDs were and everything. You could package them different. You could have shrunk the store so it's not a big brick and mortar. It's smaller, and you would have spread the business out. And eventually, you could have gotten rid of the brick and mortar, but they didn't. Somebody said the audacity of Netflix to put brick and mortar stores, like Blockbuster, out of business while tanking theater attendance, just to turn around and make the Netflix houses. I mean, that is insane. That is insane. All right, so next up we got Keke and Black Boy Max. They did a stream together. She says, I think I'm in love. Keke Palmer is all over the place. She's accusing her ex-baby daddy of doing this and that. She's accusing Trey Songz of this. Well, Trey Songz, I mean, he does get accused of a lot. And then she's always making these proclamations. She's crying about this and that. She's all over the place. I think she's two people in one, to be honest with you. And this is obviously a ploy just to get back into the headlines. I mean, she has a bubbly personality and everything, but I mean, she's just all over the place, and do you think she's really in love with Black Boy Max, or do you think she's doing this to get posted everywhere? I mean, she's not stupid. She's smart, so like she knows what she's doing. She knows how to stay in the mix, Hey, it is what it is. We'll see what happens, right? No shade, right? I don't think she's that funny, but there's no reason to not like her, I guess, right? Young Miami steps into the shade room with a message for the haters. She really threatens us with music here. She says, y'all said I couldn't rap, act, talk, do nothing but look pretty, but look at me, though. Look how far I came. 8 years later, I'm okay, and y'all gonna get this music. Oh, my gosh. Threats. We don't want it. She says, I got this. Academics, I saw him say that Kodak Black, Boosie can never be Kodak Black. Like, Kodak Black's way better than Boosie. He is right. Kodak Black makes better music than Boosie, but Boosie's necessary before Kodak Black. It is what it is. Boosie is Boosie, and Kodak Black is Kodak Black. They both come from the hood, right? And they represent for their hood. So they're very alike in a lot of ways. Musically, Boosie made music for his hood, and they identified with it, and the hood always will mess with Boosie. That's why they always show up to his shows. He's an anomaly. You only get one Boosie every once in a while, right? NBA Youngboy's a little different, but like he still started that way, but it got, I don't know, maybe NBA Youngboy's a 2018 version of Boosie. I don't know. It's like, because everybody shows up for him too. People show up for Kodak Black too. It's just not this, I don't know. It's musically, Boosie doesn't touch Kodak Black, but his music definitely identifies with people for sure. And he has classics. Kodak Black's just a little more commercial. How about that? That's what I'll say. Yo, this guy, I guess this artist, Waka Flocka, made it look like Waka Flocka's artist wrecked car into label meeting. And he said, we dropping when I... He put up like some caption that says, we're dropping every week or else. I guess it's an AI image. And then he says, Waka Flocka knew I was a risk before I signed the deal. All right. Well, we'll see. I guess he's like a newer artist, right? I've never really heard of him before. But anyways, all right. So then we got let's go on to the next story. Lawyer Drew Friendling says NBA Youngboy is one of his wildest people he's ever represented. This guy represents like all the crazy cases. I think he's on YNW Melly's case right now. He's on Little Durk's case. He represented YNW Melly. I'm sorry, YF and Lucci. He even represented Big Meech. He's represented a lot of people. And he takes home a lot of wins. Yo, you got this finesse 2 times crash out is funny. I'll play it out because no. Let me get through like a couple more. So Druski did like a skit about super pastors and like how them driving Rolls Royces and talking spicy and dropping in from the ceiling, with the smoke and the everything, like the theatrics. And this pastor took offense to it. And he says, F that. He's swearing in church, disrespecting God, saying, F the church, F Druski, basically alluding to Druski. And he's fat and this and that. He was pissed because it was basically making fun of this guy. This guy has a Rolls Royce. He preaches in front of his Rolls Royce. This guy's crazy. A lot of pastors messed up church. Those ones that are greedy and want, I need a plane, I need this. It's like, dude, someone's dipping into the offering plate a little too much. Dame Dash, this is his crew of the girls, right? He had his guys on there, but these girls, he's a chatty patty now. He always wanted to be a chatty patty. We're all chatty patties, but he's a Golden Girls now. He is girl T. Clock that T. That's Dame Dash now. This is what he's come down to, bro. He is part of The View, basically. The better version of The View, I would say, because they're better than The View. But it's like, jeez. Blueface reacts to Hazel E calling him zesty on No Jumper. He says, I wasn't zesty when my D was in your mouth and my meat was on your forehead. Whoa. Yo, that's funny. Yo, Hazel E's desperate for attention, bro. Erica Mena celebrates court victory. So it's been ruled that Safari is responsible for half of the children's expenses, finally. For 2.5 years and counting, I've endured malicious filings, unnecessary legal attacks, and intentional financial pressure, all while being the only consistent parent for my 2 youngest children. The only one handling medical care, education, child care, the everyday costs raising 2 grown children, as I have since they were born. Yesterday wasn't about revenge. Safari, bro. Why Safari? Jeez. Safari's something else, bro. What is Safari up to now? Because I don't think he's on Love and Hip Hop anymore. This has to be April Fool's. The internet made it cool to hate on Jimmy. But he's the hottest East Coast artist out. Jimmy is the only old rapper that still puts out consistent good music that's better than every project. Most legends' best work is 20 years behind them. Nas dropped out a lot of albums in the past 5 years, bro. CeeLo Green commented, yo, CeeLo, this is not the real CeeLo Green, is it? CeeLo Green IG. Someone just put that. That's definitely not real. That's a fact. Come on. All right, so let's do this finesse 2 times. Crash out. Crashed out on a fan because the fan said, oh, you're not in a hotel room? All because of that. Here, let me. There you go.
My first plant check, you know what I'm saying? Back in, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got shit going, chat. I'm just chilling, man. What's up? What the fuck I'm doing in my motherfucker? Oh, yeah. No hotel tonight? Nah, I ain't got no work. Work this weekend. You gonna see us you gonna see me in a hotel, bitch. You ain't understanding what the fuck going on. You're gonna see me in a motherfucking hotel if I'm on the road. What the fuck else you gonna see me? I'm trying to understand. Like, I'm so tired of seeing the comments. A motherfucker talking about they live in a hotel. The more you see me in a hotel, the more work I'm doing, bitch.
That's true. Everybody's a streamer now. Anyways, this is Jordan Tower with JT News. I'll check you guys in the next one. Smash that like button for me. Peace.